On December 26, 2024, the aviation world witnessed something that changed everything. While most of the world was celebrating holidays, China unveiled a revolutionary aircraft that left Pentagon officials scrambling for answers. The J-36 doesn't just represent another fighter jet. It's a weapon system that breaks every conventional rule of modern aerial warfare. This three-engine beast carries weapons so massive they dwarf entire missile systems used by most nations. Its 7.6-meter weapons bay stretches longer than many fighter jets themselves. The side-by-side cockpit configuration resembles nothing seen in contemporary fighters. Yet, there's a calculated reason behind every design choice. But here's what has military strategists truly concerned. Leaked specifications 3 months later revealed capabilities most experts believed were physically impossible to achieve. What you're about to discover isn't just the story of an advanced aircraft. It's the moment China officially entered the race for global air supremacy. And the most dangerous capability they've achieved isn't what you'd expect. Every fighter jet in existence follows certain unbreakable rules of design. Twin engines for stealth, compact weapons, bays for maneuverability, single pilot configurations for cost efficiency. China looked at these rules and decided to shatter every single one. The J-36's three-engine configuration initially left Western analysts scratching their heads. Why would any nation voluntarily add complexity to an already sophisticated stealth platform? The answer reveals China's true ambitions. Those three engines, believed to be S-15 power plants generating over 35,000 pounds of thrust each, don't just provide raw speed, they unlock capabilities that redefine what a fighter aircraft can accomplish. This mechanical giant reaches Mach 2.5 while carrying a full weapons load, something that should be aerodynamically impossible given its massive 23-meter length and 19-meter wingspan. Yet the real breakthrough lies in its super cruise capability, maintaining supersonic speeds without afterburners. This allows the J-36 to cover vast distances while consuming minimal fuel and remaining virtually undetectable to enemy sensors. Intelligence estimates suggest this aircraft carries between 13 to 15 tons of fuel internally. To grasp the significance of this figure, consider that many entire fighter jets weigh less when fully loaded. At supercruise speeds, the J-36 can cover 2,700 kilometers in just 1 hour, though this consumes roughly 10 tons of fuel in the process. But that's not the most unsettling part of its range capabilities. The J-36's stealth technology represents an evolutionary leap beyond anything currently flying. China nicknamed it the ginkgo leaf due to its distinctive shape. But this design serves purposes far more sinister than aesthetics. The tailless flying wing configuration maximizes stealth while providing enormous internal volume for weapons and fuel. Unlike previous stealth fighters that use angular surfaces to deflect radar waves, the J-36 employs a blended body approach that absorbs and scatters radar energy so effectively it might as well be invisible. The smooth, continuous surfaces eliminate virtually every radar reflection point that compromised earlier stealth designs. The double delta wing configuration optimizes performance across all flight regimes. Whether cruising at subsonic speeds or pushing through supersonic flight, the J-36 maintains efficiency that traditional fighters simply cannot match. The carefully calculated sweep angles manage airflow across the entire flight envelope, solving engineering challenges that have plagued fighter designers for decades. But the most revealing aspect of this aircraft lies in its cockpit configuration. The side-by-side seating for 2 crew members tells a story that Pentagon analysts find deeply troubling. This setup, typically reserved for bomber aircraft like the B-2, suggests mission requirements that extend far beyond traditional air-to-air combat. And the weapons this aircraft can carry prove those suspicions correct. The J-36's weapons capability represents perhaps its most game-changing advancement. The primary weapons bay measures an unprecedented 7.6 meters in length, longer than many fighter aircraft fuselages. This cavernous space accommodates weapons that simply won't fit in any other fighter currently flying. Intelligence assessments reveal the J-36 can carry 2 YJ-12 supersonic anti-ship missiles, weapons specifically engineered to hunt and destroy aircraft carriers. These missiles travel at speeds exceeding Mach 3 and engage targets at ranges surpassing 400 kilometers. No aircraft carrier battle group currently deployed possesses defensive systems capable of reliably intercepting these weapons when launched from an aircraft they cannot detect. The air-to-air capabilities prove equally formidable. The J-36 carries 4 PL-15 long-range radar-guided missiles that significantly outrange most American air-to-air weapons currently in service. The advanced PL-17 extends engagement ranges to distances where enemy aircraft may not even detect the J-36's presence before finding themselves under attack. The 3-bay configuration allows mission planners to customize weapons loads based on specific operational requirements. Internal weapons carriage maintains the aircraft's stealth signature throughout the entire mission. Unlike fighters that sacrifice stealth when carrying external weapons, the J-36 preserves its low observable characteristics regardless of payload. But this flexibility in weapons loading isn't the most concerning aspect of this aircraft's capabilities. Range calculations based on observed flights reveal the J-36's most strategically dangerous characteristic. This aircraft can operate up to 4,000 kilometers from its base. With optimized flight profiles, this extends to an unnerving 6,000 kilometers. These numbers place American military installations in Guam, Japan, and potentially even Hawaii within striking distance from Chinese territory. The implications for Pacific military strategy are staggering. Forward bases that once provided security through geographic separation now find themselves vulnerable to attack from an aircraft they may not detect until weapons are already in flight. Every defensive calculation that has guided American Pacific strategy for decades suddenly requires complete reconsideration. The power generation capabilities deserve special attention in understanding this threat. Modern warfare increasingly depends on electronic systems, and the J-36's 3-engine setup provides massive electrical generation capacity. This power feeds advanced radar systems, electronic warfare equipment, and potentially directed energy weapons that require enormous amounts of electricity to function effectively. The fuel efficiency benefits from the 3-engine configuration may seem counterintuitive, but advanced engine management systems optimize performance based on flight conditions. During long-range cruise segments, the aircraft might operate on just 1 or 2 engines, with the third available for high-demand phases of flight. This management system transforms the J-36 from a regional threat into a global one. But even these technological marvels pale compared to what this aircraft's emergence truly signifies. The J-36 incorporates technologies that represent quantum leaps over current fighter aircraft systems. The flight control system manages the tailless configuration through advanced fly-by-wire technology that continuously adjusts control surfaces thousands of times per second to maintain stability. This computer-assisted flight control enables maneuvers that would be impossible with traditional aircraft designs. Sensor integration reaches unprecedented levels of sophistication. Multiple apertures throughout the aircraft's surface provide comprehensive situational awareness without compromising stealth characteristics. These sensors feed data to advanced processing systems that create a complete tactical picture for the 2-person crew, allowing them to engage multiple threats simultaneously while maintaining awareness of the broader battlefield situation. Electronic warfare capabilities appear extensive based on observed antenna configurations. The J-36 can likely jam enemy communications, disrupt radar systems, and potentially disable incoming missiles through electronic means. These capabilities transform the aircraft from a simple weapons platform into a comprehensive warfare system capable of dominating the electromagnetic spectrum. The avionics suite supports the 2-person crew with advanced displays and automated systems that reduce workload during complex missions. Artificial intelligence assistance helps manage multiple systems simultaneously, allowing human operators to focus on tactical decisions rather than system management. This human-machine teaming approach represents the future of combat aircraft operations. Yet even these technological breakthroughs pale compared to the strategic earthquake this aircraft's emergence has triggered. International reaction to the J-36 reveals its true strategic significance. American defense officials immediately began classified briefings on the implications of China's achievement. The speed and intensity of this response indicate the seriousness with which military leaders view the J-36's capabilities and potential impact on global security arrangements. Allied nations throughout the Pacific region are requesting urgent briefings on the J-36's potential impact on regional security. Countries like Japan, Australia, and South Korea recognize that their defensive calculations must be completely reconsidered to account for capabilities that render previous military assumptions obsolete. European observers note the J-36's implications for their own 6th-generation fighter programs. The Global Combat Air Program, involving the United Kingdom, Italy, and Japan faces new pressure to accelerate development timelines and potentially increase capability requirements to remain competitive with China's achievements. Defense industry responses include accelerated research programs and dramatically increased investment in counter-stealth technologies. Companies throughout the Western defense industrial base recognize the competitive challenge posed by China's technological leap and are scrambling to develop effective countermeasures. But perhaps the most significant impact of the J-36's emergence extends beyond any immediate military threat. The J-36 represents more than just another military aircraft. It symbolizes a fundamental shift in global military competition and technological development. China's achievement demonstrates capabilities that were considered impossible just a decade ago, proving that the gap in military technology between East and West has not just narrowed, but may have disappeared entirely in some critical areas. For naval operations, the J-36 represents a paradigm shift that challenges the fundamental assumptions underlying modern naval warfare. Its anti-ship missiles threaten surface vessels at distances that exceed many defensive systems' engagement ranges. Aircraft carriers, long the foundation of American naval power projection, must now operate much farther from potential conflict zones to remain outside the J-36's lethal reach. Regional power dynamics shift dramatically as the J-36's capabilities alter strategic calculations throughout the Pacific theater. Nations must reassess their defensive postures and alliance relationships in light of capabilities that render previous military assumptions obsolete. The aircraft's operational range brings previously safe areas within striking distance, forcing military planners to reconsider base locations and defensive strategies. Air defense systems worldwide require immediate updates to counter the J-36's unique capabilities. Its combination of stealth, speed, and electronic warfare systems challenges existing defensive networks in ways that may require completely new approaches to air defense. Countries throughout the region are reassessing their entire air defense investments in light of this unprecedented threat. The emergence of the J-36 doesn't just represent a new aircraft. It marks the dawn of a new era in military aviation, where the rules of engagement, the balance of power, and the very nature of aerial warfare are being rewritten. The specifications and capabilities revealed today will influence military planning and technological development for decades to come, as nations worldwide scramble to adapt to a reality where China has fundamentally altered the strategic landscape with a single revolutionary aircraft. This isn't just about military technology. It's about the future of global power. And that future has just become far more uncertain, far more contested, and far more dangerous than anyone anticipated. The J-36 has changed everything, and the world is still catching up to what that truly means.